Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. My name is David Ledoux. I'm the theater coordinator here and the director of the evening Edgar Allan Poe. So welcome. So just a few words about what we did here. Normally when you work on a play, you show up the first day of rehearsal and you have a script, something that a playwright has crafted and done draft after draft of. And maybe it's a classic, maybe it's something that's gone through many, many different productions and withstood the test of time. Maybe it's a new play that's had readings done and it's been through some sort of a development process. What we did here was we started with no script. This is called a devised piece of theater. In theater devising, you start with source material. And source material might be a poem, it might be a story, it might be an idea, a theme, a piece of music, a piece of artwork. In this case, the source material was the life and work of Edgar Allan Poe. So we started with that, and myself and this ensemble of actors and assistant director and stage manager, we all crafted something together. We all created an original piece of theater over the course of a couple of months. And we started with improvisations, verbal improvisations, figuring out text and dialogue and monologues and scenes, physical improvisations, figuring out how we can move and help tell the story through movement. We took all that raw material, put it together in interesting ways, refined it, revised it, we edited it, tinkered with it, molded it, and somehow we came up with this piece that we're going to see here tonight. We set this in a Providence library called the Providence Athenaeum, which is where Edgar Allan Poe used to write when he was in Providence. And it's a library that you can go to this day. It's on Benefit Street, and you can see where he used to write. And there's a Providence local, Sarah Helen Whitman, who he got engaged to and courted, who used to write at the theater, at the library as well. And so we used their relationship as a focus of the piece. And so please let us know what you think of this. In the future, I would like to develop these devised pieces, get them published, do them at festivals, do it at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, the New York Fringe Festival, do it around the country, find a way to do the work that we develop here at Bristol and extend the reach as far as possible. So we have very exciting things happening here at the theater program. And I hope that you will all participate in the very exciting things that we're doing here as audience members. So please come and continue to see shows here. As actors, as backstage crew, come audition for shows, participate in our productions. Take classes, take our intro to theater class, intro to acting class, scene study, acting theater to film, acting voice style movement. We have a whole slew of classes that you can participate in, even if you're not a major. And you should become a theater major. Become a theater major and join us here and take all of our classes. So we welcome everybody. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones. And please notice that this is a small, intimate theater. And this is called theater, three-quarter thrust theater. So there's audience, as you can see, on 3/4 of the side. So you are all on stage, basically. We can see you. So if you're on your phone or if you're doing anything disturbing, then it hurts the actors and it hurts your fellow audience members' experience. So please be respectful and give all of your focus. The show is about an hour long, and that's all I have to say. Please enjoy the show.
I'm here. What do you want? didn't believe it when they told me. But of course it ended that way.
Ye who read are still among the living, but I who write shall have long since gone my way into the region of shadows. For indeed strange things shall happen, and secret things be known, and many centuries shall pass away ere these memorials be seen of men. And when seen, there will be some to disbelieve, and some to doubt, and yet a few who will find much to ponder upon in the characters here graven with a stylus of iron.
What is this? What do you want? Is this what you want? Fine. Here are the sledges with the bells. Silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. How they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars head over sprinkle, all the heavens seem to twinkle with a crystalline delight, keeping time, 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 in a sort of runic rhyme, to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. Hear the mellow wedding bells, golden bells. What a world of happiness their harmony foretells. Through the balmy air of night, how they ring out pure delight, from the molten golden notes and all in tune. What a liquid ditty floats to the turtle dove that listens while she gloats in the moon. How from out the sounding cells, what a gush of euphony voluminously wells. How it swells, how it dwells in the future, how it tells of the rapture that impels from the ringing and the swinging of the bells, of the bells, 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 of the bells, 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 from the rhyming and the chiming of the bells. Hear the loud alarm bells, brazen bells. What a tale of terror their turbancy tells. In the startled ear of night, how they scream out their fright. Too much hard fight to speak. They can only shriek, shriek, and dramatic postulation to the deaf and frantic fire, leaping higher, 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 with a desperate desire and a resolute endeavor. Now to stay or never by the side of the pale-faced moon. Oh, the bells, bells, bells. What a tale of terror that turbancy tells of despair. How they clang and clash and roar. What horror they outpour in the bosom of the palpitating air. Yet the ear fully knows by the twanging and the clanging how the danger ebbs and flows. Yet the ear distinctly tells by the jangling and the wrangling how the danger sinks and swells in the sinking and the swelling and the anger of the bells. Of the bells, of the bells, 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 and the clamor and the clangor of the bells.
Nevermore!
And the tolling of the bells.
Iron bells, when a world's solemn thought their monarchy compels. In the silence of the night, come shiver with the fright, the melancholy menace of their tone. For every sound that floats from the rust within their throats is a groan. And people, the people, they that dwell in the steeple all alone, and who tolling in that muffled monotone, feel a glory and so rolling in the human heart of stone. They are neither man nor woman. They are neither brute nor human. They are ghouls, and their king it is who tolls, and he rolls, 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 rolls a paean from the bells, and his merry bosom swells with the paean of the bells, and he dances and he yells, keeping time, 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 in a sort of runic rhyme, to the pealing of the bells, keeping time, 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 in a sort of runic rhyme, to the throbbing of the bells, 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 to the sobbing of the bells, keeping time, 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 as he knells, 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 in a happy runic rhyme, to the rolling of the bells, 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 to the tolling of the bells, 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 to the moaning and the groaning of the bells.
Reynolds! 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 I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but do you know a word for the sound a bell makes?
What?
A bell. Ringing, jingling, I need more.
Tinkling?
I got it.
Chiming?
Come on.
Clanging?
I got it. Clang, clash, roar.
What about screaming?
Ooh. Screaming, I like that. I like the way you think. How about hammer?
No.
But you can hammer a bell, though.
You can hammer a bell, but bells don't hammer.
When you hit it. Right?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you. Sorry to bother you.
Tintinnabulation.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Sarah Helen Whitman. What was that? Who was Reynolds? Who was Reynolds? Where did you come? Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Sarah. Did you know Edgar?
My Edgar?
How did you know Edgar?
Well, he was my nephew.
You're Mariah.
Yes, but who are you?
I was Edgar's fiance.
Fiance? No, that can't be right. He was married to my Virginia.
I feel like things didn't end very well, and I just really would need. I just want.
I know you.
Can you please just tell me something?
You don't have any help to give Edgar.
He won't stop. He keeps coming to me like he needs something.
What do you want from me?
I don't know. I just keep having these dreams. But they're more than dreams. It's like he's calling out to me.
Listen to me. You
he's
are
coming to me.
your time. Okay? I know Edgar very well, and there is no help that someone like you can give him. When he first came to stay with me, he would have these horrible nightmares, and he would call out for me. He would yell, Muddy, Muddy, I'm scared, and I would go to him. He would tell me about his fears. He had such horrible demons. Virginia and I, we tried to be there for him. He didn't make it easy, but we loved him. You didn't love him. You left him. Virginia loved him all the way up until the day that she died. He doesn't need help from someone like you. The only thing you care about is your damn ether.
No. He loved me.
I have read hundreds of letters from women just like you.
He wrote poems about me.
Fiance, Sarah, the love of his life, died.
He loved me.
No, I know all about you. I know what you did. I know who you are.
He loved me.
He told me everything about you.
What did he tell you?
He told me about you.
What did he tell you?
Then it's better. Family,
Edgar.
happiness,
Edgar.
joyfulness
Thy soul shall
for the
find
first time in a long time.
Please.
I know about you.
Family
He told
strength.
me about you.
Sing.
He loved me.
I know everything about you.
See?
Thee are again.
Reynolds.
And death
Try
around
again.
thee.
Reynolds.
I know all
No.
about you.
He loved me.
Fiance,
Thousand.
but never wife.
Eddie!
Virginia!
Eddie! Dad, you're in. You alright?
I'm the big, scary monster.
No! You will not terrorize this kingdom anymore.
But that's what I must do. I must kill.
No! Don't kill anyone.
But that's what I was made for.
You can be made to love.
Love? What is love?
This is love. Come here!
No! No! Get away from me, mortal being! No! No! Oh, love is my one true weakness.
So, do you have any new poems or stories?
Edgar, why are you showing this to me? Please, just look at me. Please.
I saw thee once only years ago. I must not say how many, but not many. It was a July midnight, and from out a full-orbed moon that like thine own soul, soaring sought a precipitate pathway up through heaven. There fell a silvery, silken veil of light with quietude and sultriness and slumber upon the upturned faces of 1,000 roses that grew in an enchanted garden, where no wind dared to stir unless on tiptoe. Fell on the upturned faces of these roses that smiled and died in this parterre, enchanted by thee and by the poetry of thy presence. Was it not fate that on this July midnight, was it not fate, whose name is also sorrow, that bade me pause before that garden gate to breathe the incense of those slumbering roses? No footstep stirred. The hated world all slept, save only thee and me. Oh heaven, oh God, how my heart beats in coupling those two words. Save only thee and me. I paused. I looked, and in an instant, all things disappeared. Ah, bear in mind, this garden was enchanted. The pearly luster of the moon went out. The mossy banks and the meandering paths, the happy flowers and the repining trees were seen no more. The very roses' odors died in the arms of the adoring airs. All expired save thee, save less than thou, save but the divine light in thine eyes, save but the soul in thine uplifted eyes. I saw but them, they were the world to me. I saw but them, saw only them for hours. Saw only them until the moon went down. They would not go. They never yet have gone, lighting my lonely pathway home that night. They have not left me as my hopes have since. They follow me, lead me through the years. They are my ministers, yet I their slave. Their office to illumine and enkindle my duty to be saved by their bright light and purified in their electric fire and sanctified in their Elysian fire. They fill my soul with beauty, which is hope. They are up in heaven, the stars I kneel to in the sad, silent watches of my night, while even in the meridian glare of day I see them still. Two sweetly scintillant Venuses, unextinguished by the sun. Sarah Helen Whitman, will you marry me?
Yes. Why are you showing me this? Are you trying to say this is my fault? This wasn't my fault. You brought this on yourself. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. I didn't do this. Poor boy. Did you know Edgar? He was just an orphan. How did you know him? He was like a son to me. He was such a sweet boy. Are you Jane? There was a darkness inside of him. Jane, he loved you. He loved you just like a mother. Poor boy.
I found the one.
He was such a sweet boy.
Comfort. Home.
Is this Jane?
The void is filling.
Is this your friend's mother?
He was just an
Wait.
orphan.
No. It's different this time.
Please.
Pain. Void increasing. Reynolds.
There was a darkness inside of him.
Not again.
Such a sweet boy. The day I died, all I remember.
Please, I can't do this. I can't do this. How long are you gonna stay in Providence?
A week, and then I'll be back next month.
I hate for you to be gone so long.
Me too.
Come on, just one more week.
I can't.
Just a little bit longer. We have
can't.
so much.
I have
Where'd the
to
wedding
meet someone.
Go? Who?
Virginia's mother. It's coming up on the anniversary, and we always make a point to go to the grave. And
Of course. Of course. I'm sorry. Do you know, I never go to my husband's grave. It's like I feel him with me. It's like he's still alive with me. But when I go to his grave, that's the one place where it feels like he's actually dead.
well, if you always feel him with you, then how does he feel about me?
He approves.
That makes one person.
Just give them time. They don't know you like I do. Before you go, Can you please just remember your promise?
Yes, I promise. No drinking. I won't forget. Now, with the little time we have left, I found something that might cheer you up. If thy sad heart, pining for human love in its earth's solitude, grew dark with fear, lest the high Son of Heaven it should prove powerless to save from that. You read it.
No.
You read it so much better than I do.
You've read this enough.
But you wrote it for me because you love me so much.
That was before I knew you. I didn't know
Well,
that.
I love it. I'll always keep it with me. I'll always keep it with me. I'll always keep it with me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left you. I left my soul behind that day. I tried time and time again to quit, but I'm a drunk. You don't know what it's like. Taking food from the mouths of your children just to drink every day. You don't know what it's like. I had this vision. I was gonna be a great actor. I married a girl. Your mother, you and her were my soul. I lost my soul. But I was no good. I would stand on stage and I would feel the hatred, the audience, the critics, everyone. Money stopped coming in, and whatever money I had, I wasted. I'm a drunk. Your mother deserved better than me. You deserve better than me. You were just a baby. You were just born. Hey, you turned out better without me, right? Yeah, you turned out better without me. You deserve better than me.
Reynolds.
Come on, Tim, now!
Reynolds. 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 Yes, sir. Reynolds. Reynolds. Reynolds.
Bring stuff alcohol in. This is what's this problem?
Reynolds. Bring your morphine now. Yes, sir.
Stories or poems?
Yes, I've been working on this one for a little bit. Tell me what you think. So there's this young man who lives in his house with this older man, and the old man has this weird blue eye and it just fills him with despair. So gradually, he decides to kill the old man, but he loved him. He loved him, that's the thing. He didn't hate him. He didn't want his money. It was just the eye. So for 7 long nights he crept into the old man's room, sticking his head and a lantern in, opening it just so it shone on the damned eye. And at midnight, on the 8th night, his hand slipped and the latch went. The old man woke up. Who's there? Ah! And he stayed ever so still until finally, he sprang up on the old man, dragging him off the bed, rushing him with the bed. Oh! The deed was done. So he cut off the head, then the arms, and then the legs, and he stuffed them in the floorboards so carefully no human eye could detect it. Then he hears He hears the beating of his heart. But he killed him. He can't still be alive. Then he hears a knocking at the door, for you see, the old man has shrieked once. Once only, just enough for a neighbor to hear. So he welcomes the policeman in. Oh, yes! Welcome, come in. It's nothing to worry about. It was just a bad dream. It was only my night terrors. Oh. And he sits him down, maintaining his composure. And he sits himself over the very spot where he buried the old man. Then he hears. He hears the beating of his heart. But he killed him. There's no way he can still be alive. They must hear this. They're mocking me. They were mocking him. And it grew louder, 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 louder until he couldn't take it anymore. Villains, he shrieked. Here, tear up the planks. It's the beating of his hideous heart. So what'd you think?
Wow. I love it! So the eye. What was it about the
Oh,
eye?
I forgot. So the young man has this disease that makes his senses extra sensitive. So even just looking at the eye makes him shudder in horror.
So the eye just looked weird.
Well, it was grotesque. It was the window to a cold, judgmental, unfeeling, unlovable man.
But you said he loved the old man.
Right. Well, it's complicated.
What if you told it from the man's perspective?
The old man.
No, the other man. Have him say, look, I know this looks bad, but I did it for a good reason. So he can make a case for himself.
Huh. True. Nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous I had been and am, but why will you say that I am mad? The disease had sharpened my senses, not dulled, not destroyed. Above all was the sense of hearing acute. I heard all things in heaven and in the earth. I heard many things in hell, but why will you say that I am mad? Hearken and observe how healthily, how calmly I will tell you the whole story. Love me.
Make a name for yourself.
I'm trying!
You're a drunk.
He told me about you.
Who?
Edgar.
Oh. I'd rather not talk about him.
Why?
I actually think I'd like to leave.
No!
Pardon me, but who are you exactly?
I was Edgar's fiance.
He was my son.
Adopted.
Yes, but I gave him everything he needed.
You shut him out. You denied him. You didn't give him everything he needed. What he needed was love, support, comfort. You never gave him any of that. You didn't support his work, nothing. You didn't even let him say goodbye. He came to you on your deathbed. And with your final breath,
All right,
you wouldn't
that's-
even let him in. You never let him in. You never accepted him. He was never part of your family. You didn't leave him a thing in the will. Is that family? Is that the father that he needed?
All right. Now, who the hell do you think you are, huh? Who are
I-
you to lecture me on the matters of love, support, and comfort? I took him in when his parents died. I saw he needed help and I did everything within my power to give it to him. Time and time again, I tried to set him straight. I tried to show him how the world works. Again and again, I dragged his drunken body from the streets into my home. I was his father. I was there for him 18 years. Who are you exactly, huh, sweetheart? The weekly special? Just another romantic escapade? 1 in 10,000 other pretty faces who said the exact same things you did? Right. You're trying to put this all on me, aren't you? You're trying to put blame in everybody else but yourself. But if you think he was some cheerful, happy boy before I came along, I'm afraid you're mistaken. I'm assuming you're familiar with his work.
All of his work.
All of his work. Not quite. You weren't there. You see the scraps of paper he would leave around?
So?
Full of dark, hateful, murderous rhymes. You weren't there for that. The boy was haunted. His talents were of an
So
order
was
that would never
talented.
prove comfort for their possessor. So if you think that I would just sit on my hands and allow him to slowly kill himself, I'm afraid you're mistaken. I think I'd like to leave.
Before he died, he was screaming out Reynolds. Do you know what that might mean?
Don't blame me, all right? He brought this on himself.
No. Who is Reynolds?
Don't blame me.
Where am I?
You're in Providence.
What happened?
You took laudanum, and you nearly died.
I'm still alive.
All right. Lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry.
It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought but to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child in this kingdom by the sea. But we loved with a love that was more than a love, I and my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraphs of heaven coveted her and me. And that was the reason that long ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a wind blew out of the cloud, chilling my Annabel Lee. So that her high-born kinsman came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in the solitude in this kingdom by the sea. The angels, not half so happy in heaven, went envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in a kingdom by the sea, that a wind blew out of a cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we, and neither the angels in heaven above nor the demons down under the sea can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. and the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride. In her sepulchre by the sea, in her tomb there by the sun.
Contact. Stand straight like a string, pulling you up from the bottom of your neck, hands behind the back, feet straight. Yeah. Good catch. Feet straight. Now walk. Just walk. Don't scuffle your feet. Every step calculated. You know precisely where your foot is going to land before you even take this step. Edgar, come on, you look like a strutting hen. Just walk. Right? Scan the room. Look at everyone dead in the eyes. Make sure that they know that you're the one in charge. Edgar? Edgar, now this is crossing the line.
What line would that be?
You're drunk. In my house. You're not even out on the street this time. Edgar! Edgar!
What?
Stand. I said, stand.
That was my pencil.
And this is my house.
I don't need you. I can get by all by myself.
Really?
I don't need you or your money. Fine, don't help me. Just give me a little pinches to live on.
So it's
while I'm at
my
school.
fault you gambled it all
No,
away.
this isn't about money. You always make it into money. You don't care about me, and you just shuffle me off just like that.
I think you're the one doing the shuffling right now.
No. Don't change the subject.
Change
This
the
is about-
subject! You're drunk in my house!
You don't care about me.
That roof has been over your head for what? 18 years now?
And?
I sent you to school!
Begrudgingly.
Edgar, that's not true. I was happy to everything I did for you. Over all these years, you never respected any of it?
You gave me a roof, a house, money, things, but you never, not once, did you ever. Have you ever? It's not like you did it out of the kindness of your heart.
I brought you up from nothing. You had nothing. You were nothing. You were alone. I took you in, gave you all of this, and here you are, just drinking it all away.
You don't care about me. You don't care about my well-being, and you certainly don't care about my work.
What work?
My writing, my poetry.
Edgar, not a writing
minimize
issue,
my
all
work,
right?
not supporting
I
it.
supported you.
Not
I sent
really
you to school.
supporting it,
I
out with love,
bailed you
with
out
respect.
again and again for
God
all your
damn it.
gambling and all
God
that.
damn it.
When is this all gonna end?
It's not about money.
When will
It's
it
about
end?
money. Everything I love, you immediately hate.
That's not true.
You don't respect me. You don't love me. You just look at me with these dead eyes. There's nothing there. You just look at me with these eyes. Windows to a cold, judgmental, unfeeling, stern. It's always about money and business and stand straight. Don't scuffle the feet. Don't scuffle the feet. We've never had one nice moment. Nothing I can remember fondly. It always comes back to money. A single dollar is of more importance to you than 10,000 of me.
A single drink is more important to you, Edgar, than 10,000 of me.
You're damn right it is. At least it makes me feel better. You said I had nothing when you took me in. You said I was alone when you took me in. Well, I'm still alone. I never had a father. He left and you took me in as a charity case. Just a charity case, not a son. You never even adopted me and made it official.
Edgar, what does that matter? I raised
you
you.
want to keep me out of the inheritance, is that it? Or is it not even that calculated? Is it that you're just ashamed of me?
When you're like this, Edgar, it makes it real hard to summon up some pride in you.
Good, good! Finally, the truth! I'm leaving. I won't bother you with my presence anymore. You miserable, hard-hearted. I hate you. I hate you! I'd rather die homeless and destitute than spend another night under your roof. You can rot in hell, god damn it, god damn you!
Please just let me go. Please, thank you. Ah! What are you doing here? You're still alive.
No one liked him. Not anyone I met anyway.
It's just evening.
Yes, there were women like you.
It's just
The
hallucinations.
type of women who could be impressed by the type of second-rate, sing-songy tripe he would write. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. Right! Naive, gullible, starstruck little girls who liked to believe they were in the presence of greatness, when in fact he was a drunken crank. That cold fish, Francis Osgood, you, his little cousin who he married, Virginia, disgusting. He was a disgusting man.
This isn't real. It's just hallucinations. This isn't real.
None of your friends liked him, did they? Your mother hated him. didn't she? You attacked me for writing my obituary of him. But you and I both know that it wasn't slander. It was just a cold, honest truth. No one liked him. Did I manipulate him? Did I string him along, pay him to write favorable reviews of my work? Did I recognize that I could use him? And when I had an opportunity to get him fired, to do so and steal the job myself? Yes, I'll own up to all of that. You know why? Because he deserved it. I'm an editor. In this game, that means you make and break writers. What good is it to wield a little power if you can't use it to crush an insignificant, disgusting little insect? Crank! Drunk! Married his little cousin! Disgusting!
This is your fault. It's your fault. His blood is on your hands. He needed you. You let him down. But it wasn't your fault, right? Don't blame you. You let him down. He needed you. You shattered his heart. You know what you did.
Yes, I'm drunk. But I shouldn't have to deprive myself from the pleasures of life just because you don't like it.
Well, I'm not marrying a drunk.
I am not a drunk. I just need to numb the pain in life.
We had a deal. You promised. I would marry you if you just stopped drinking.
I know. I tried.
Why? That's all I asked of you. Why? Why?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna help you.
Help me what?
I'm not gonna help you kill yourself.
Just give me another chance, Sarah, please.
No, you've had plenty of chances.
So is that it? We're done? I have one drink and you get high on ether every day?
I have a heart condition. You promised. We had a... You know, my mother's...
Your mother? Your mother says what? Your friends say. Say you love me. Say you love me. I know it's true. You know it's true. It's them. They don't want us to be together. They say I'm bad for you. Please, Sarah. I need you. I love you. Just give me another chance, please. No. No, Sarah.
We're done.
Reynolds. Reynolds.
We was brought in about 2 hours ago. He was ranting and raving outside the tavern.
He seems disoriented.
Stinks of alcohol, incoherent, in and out consciousness. Some say said they recognized me. The writer, I think they say, keeps saying ramparts. Keep an eye on it. But I don't think it will last tonight.
Dark. Wind rustling the leaves. I lay her down. I try and comfort her. I wake her up. My heart stops, but I keep breathing.
Edgar. Edgar, come here. You know Mommy loves you, right? This is... I don't know. Mommy has to go away.
Why?
Mommy hasn't been feeling well, so I have to go.
I don't want you to go.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. When you were born, do you know the first thing you did was? You took your first breath and you started crying, but it was only for a minute. And then we made eye contact and you started smiling. Ever since, you've had the most beautiful smile. No matter what happens, keep your smile. I will always be close by, but you won't be able to see me. I will follow you your whole life. I will be like the wind coming in and going out to sea. All around you, your whole life. I love you so much.
I love you too.
I'll always be with you. In your head, in your heart, especially your heart. That is where I will stay.
Don't go.
I know. Oh God, I know. But I will follow you. I will walk with you always. And I need you to know that if you are ever feeling sad or scared or angry or confused, that I am there walking with you. And I need you to know that if you ever feel like the world doesn't love you, remember me here right now, that I love you so much, my precious little boy.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." Ah, distinctly, I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here, forevermore. And the silken and silent rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now to the still beating of my heart I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, that it is and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here, I opened wide the door. Darkness there and nothing more. Deep into that darkness, peering long, I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before, but the silence wasn't broken, and the darkness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore? This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word. Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber, turning, all my soul within me burning. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see what then thereat is in this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter when, with many a flirt and flutter, in stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady perched above my door. Perched upon a bust of palace just above my chamber door. Perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my fancy into smiling. Though thy crest be shorn and shaven now, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore? Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. But for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his door, bird or beast above the sculpture bust above his chamber door with such name as. But the bird sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing more than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered. Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, startled at the stillness by reply so aptly spoken. Doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, cut from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till its song one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy bore of never, nevermore. Then this ebony bird beguiling all my sad soul into smiling. Straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust in door, and upon the velvet sinking I betook myself to linking, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking. Nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that lamp-light gloated o'er. But whose velvet violet lining, with the lamp-light gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought, the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floors. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee respite, respite and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven. Prophet, said I, thing of evil prophet, still a bird or devil, whether tempest sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore desolate, yet all undaunted on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven. Prophet, said I, thing of evil prophet, still if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore. Tell this sorrow soul with laden, if within the distant Aiden it shall clasp a sainted maiden. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven. Be thou word our sign of parting, bird or fiend I shrieked of starting. Get thee back into the tempest and the next Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume of a lie thy soul has spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart and thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. But the raven never flitted. Still is sitting on the palace just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming. And the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Mom, I got you a flower. Mom, wake up. I got you another flower. Mom. Dr. Reynolds.
Reynolds?
Dr. Reynolds, help.
Dr. Reynolds.
Please. Help, please. She won't wake up. No, Dr. Reynolds! Dr. Reynolds! Reynolds! Lord, have mercy on my soul.
Do you have any new stories or poems?
Please
come.
No one liked him.
I can't.
Better than me.
Please. No
one liked him.
If thy sad heart, pining for human love, in its earth's solitude grew dark with fear, lest the high sun of heaven itself grew powerless to save from that phantasmal sphere wherein thy spirit wandered. If the flowers that pressed around thy feet seemed but to bloom in lone Gethsemane through starless hours, when all who loved had left thee to thy doom. Oh, yet believe that in that hollow vale, where thy soul lingers, waiting to attain so much of heaven's sweet grace as shall avail to lift its burden of remorseful pain, my soul shall meet thee, and its heaven forego, till God's great love, both one hope one heaven bestow. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you.
Goodbye.